she was about to out you because you were an adulterer and you was there throwing that orange little up in me because you was a
Pause.
yeah. No, I'm over a certain age. I'm not using no pause.
Bro,
That
you
was
gotta
proof.
use pause on that one, bro.
Nah. I'm a little older than you.
Nah,
I don't know
bro.
what that means. When I
You
used to
got to
have
use
that
pause
that
on
that
that one.
8 track, it had pause, play, tape, and stuff like that. So I'm a
No, I'm
man of
saying
that.
somebody could take this stream and clip it up to her, and got to
Okay,
use pause on that one.
okay. So watch this, Darwin. I don't give two because I know what type of man I am. I wear Timbs. I don't like boy booty. We
Pause.
all straight men up here. Next
Hey
topic.
yo, wait, you
Talk,
still wear
talk your
Timbs?
shit, douche.
Oh yeah,
Talk your shit,
I love
douche.
Timbs. In the winter, I got winter up here. They
What
give good
like the
traction.
double soles?
The official ones.
So
Trev,
your
you know what's
calf
up.
Got you.
muscle was raised up. That's
Not the
even
ones
more
you buy
pause.
from Jimmy Jazz. No,
So
I
let me ask
watched
you
the
this,
man.
though.
Huh?
I just had a question for you. I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't know you was done or not.
Nah, because I can't hog the mic. Tell me what you need to tell me.
Oh, okay. So I know you mentioned Grapus and a page ad. The Grapus thing, was this man convicted of grape?
Okay, so the
No, I'm
context
just asking a
behind it,
simple
back in
question.
them. Okay, so you wanna allow me to answer, or you
Go
wanna
ahead.
try to be Bill Duke?
No, go ahead. I'm not gonna try to
Okay, so
what?
so if I mentioned it before, I know you could be a man of detail. When I mentioned the name E. Jean Carroll, you should have been able to look it up, look in the context of what he did to that woman. But because of how they played ball back then, they told her take it or leave it because he'll never get convicted as long as he rubs elbows with the right people up on this side of town. So she took the suit and she disappeared in anonymity. But it was done, and that's not the only person he touched. Let's talk about the lady on the plane. Let's talk about how much charges that of that ilk that he settled out. Let's talk about the last one with Stormy Daniels. I might as well
Was he
take
convict
campaign funds.
was he
Let my
convicted of any
lawyer
of these
let my
charges?
lawyer be the patsy. But that's true. You did take campaign funds to pay this woman because she was about to out you because you were an adulterer and you was there throwing that orange little dick up in me because you was a
Pause.
yeah. No, I'm over a certain age. I'm not using no pause. That was
Bro,
that
you
was
gotta
proof.
use pause on that one, bro.
Nah. I'm a little older than you.
Nah,
I don't know
bro.
what that means. When I
You
used to
got to
have
use
that
pause
that
on
that
that one.
8 track, it had pause, play, tape, and stuff like that. So I'm a
No, I'm
man of
saying
that.
somebody could take this stream and clip it up to her, and got to
Okay,
use pause on that one.
okay. So watch this, Darwin. I don't give two shit because I know what type of man I am. I wear Timbs. I don't like boy booty. We
Pause.
all straight men up here. Next
Hey
topic.
yo, wait, you
talk,
still wear
talk your
Timbs?
shit, douche.
Oh yeah,
Talk your shit,
I love
douche.
Timbs. In the winter, I got winter up here. They give good
What like the
traction.
double soles?
The official ones.
So
Trev,
your
you know what's
calf
up.
Got you.
muscle was raised up. That's
Not the
even
ones
more
you buy
pause.
from Jimmy Jazz. No, the official ones.
No, I wouldn't do that to you. That's why I said the double soles. You know what I mean? I wouldn't put that
But
on you, bro.
Bruce, you wouldn't know nothing about that.
So did they address Trump on that 4-page ad or whatever? Like, did they readdress him like, hey, look, now that you know that these guys didn't do it, how do you feel about this ad?
Okay, a media person actually stood in front of him, and you could research that, pull it up, and ask them. So, being that these guys were exonerated as for what they did, uh, how do you feel about what you did in the past, posting that in a periodical note, which is the New York Post, which was, one of his buddies. He was allowed to do that. He said they probably did something. You can go and research that and fact check. And if I'm wrong, I'll walk it back, but I doubt I am.
Okay, so Kenny, like using that same logic, don't you hate when people put things on somebody's jacket, especially something like grape?
Agreed.
So before you call somebody a rapist, wouldn't you want them to be actually convicted of grape?
Okay, nah, because a lot of people beat that charge, and then
That's a double.
they go on to do it again. No,
It's a
so
contradiction.
Shannon, that face, I can point
You
out
didn't want
a couple
the
of
Central Park
cases
Five to get
of
convicted
some
for something
people
they
that
didn't
beat
do.
the
But
charge
you
and
want
went back, and we could talk about deletions. There's some people that beat the
do
charge
you
and
see
then went
the
out there and did the same thing
hypocrisy
again.
though? Do you see the
How is it a
hypocrisy?
hypocrisy? Because they didn't
No,
get
listen.
caught.
You didn't want the Central Park Five to be convicted of something they didn't do, but still you sit here and fight with words to get a man convicted of grape that he didn't do.
Okay, so actually, you need to research it before you sit in your lightly dimmed foyer and challenge me
What?
on this. I would like
What?
for you. I don't want to do what I do to Viz to you, as for going
Well, Kenny, I
through the
know the
footwork
case.
before.
I know the case
Yeah.
about E.G. Carroll. What happened was they were at Bergdorf Goodman in 1996. It was in springtime on a random Thursday. They couldn't recall what Thursday it was, and she said that she ran into him, and they ended up in the lingerie department, and that he pushed her into a closed door in the dressing room, started kissing her, ripped her panties down, and fucked her in the dressing room of Bergdorf Goodman in 1996. Trump says he never met the woman. He's always position was, I don't even know this chick and I ain't never met her. Her argument is, I never said anything because I just didn't want to get in I didn't want him to give me pushback or get in trouble or him to retaliate on me. So she won a $2 million lawsuit back then. Then she came out with a memoir. And then last year, 2023, that's when she got the additional $5 million because they added the memoir to add on to the other charges and stuff that he was going on. Now, I know the case because I was there, 1996. I was in college. I remember when it happened.
Shan, can you explain the difference between civil and criminal? And the
Civil
burden of proof?
Say it again. No, I don't want it to be a legal. I could talk about civil versus criminal. I usually use the OJ case, the best way for that. But let's not get into that. Let's just stick with the fact that Kenny is calling somebody the R word without him being convicted. Now, he was convicted of a lesser charge, sexual assault. But nevertheless, he maintains that he never met this woman. Mind you, he was already a billionaire when this happened. So a billionaire randomly R's a woman in the dressing room of Bergdorf Goodman in the middle of the afternoon on a Thursday in 1996. She has, and all she has is her word. There's no associates that was at the department store, at this huge department store, that can corroborate her story. That can even say that she was there. She just said it. This could have been any woman that said this. Now, with that said, and unless I've said something wrong about this case, you can correct me, interrupt me anytime. Tell me why you, and that's why I made the face when you said that, Kenny. Why would you? And I understand what you mean by sometimes these dudes get away with it, but sometimes these women get away with it too. So I'm asking you, why would you basically convict in your mind a man of this when the courts didn't do it?
So to answer your question, it's all in black and white. And I made the comparative as for Anita Hill. She got ostracized and she got ousted. She was never able to be at the political heights when she once was when she went against Clarence Thomas. He did touch her. But he used that good old boy system that Trump did up these parts as for we're not going to let that fly. We're going to impose our will and you're going to take what we give you because we're never going to convict. That reminds me of Mississippi Burning. Remember that line? He said, you'll never get a jury to convict me in, was it Mississippi? It's the same type of rhetoric. So I get where Marcus is trying to string this. You've never been in a position where your money and your influence allows you to impose your will on whatever you see. I've been around cats like that. Wait, you know what? Let me pull that back, Marcus. I may not know. So I'll concede that. But for the things that I am pointing out,
Thank you.
okay, for the things that I am pointing out, I gave my reasons as for why. And I can give more reasons as for when he lets certain blacks out of jail. There's no recidivism programs because they know they were going to go back. That's chess. While he's throwing you a chicken bone, he's putting 300 federal judges in place.
No, you're
He's
gonna go
putting
back. What do
3
you
in
mean
the.
by no? You're gonna
He's
go back?
okay. So if you're an offender, let me walk you through this coloring book with me, Bruiser. This is one of them times you gotta hold my hand. So if I'm not giving you life skills to come back into civilization, and you know the strike is against you with that F on your back, what are the percentages that they'll revisit crimes and get back incarcerated? What's the percentages on that? Is that the minority or the majority? Is it high or low?
I don't know, but I'm gonna take your word for it. You've done research. I would lean on your research. Sound like you did some really good research on that. But
Okay, so
I would assume that you're gonna say it's high that the person would get out and reoffend and end up back in jail. Am I correct?
okay, so yes, it would be. So when I'm in the barbershop hearing cats yell this about, well, at least you let some of my brothers out that committed crimes and under the statutes, but they out now and they don't have any programs to have them become productive members or enough programs to make them productive members within societies with that felony jacket that they hold on them. They tend to return to right where they came from. But while he's doing this, he's he's pushing because we don't vote locally to get 300 federal and state judges in office to push what they want, and then 3 Superior Court justices will have lifetime appointment until they croak. And watch what they did with some of his charges. They voted for him. Checkmate. When you know he did something, but you're going to sit there and try to defend him. Am I wrong?
Okay, so I'm not gonna say you're wrong on everything you said, but I'm kind of disconnected on this notion that you're giving these men that's been caged up for all these years what they want. They want to get out. You're saying that you got to hold the person who released them responsible for them reoffending because they didn't give them a program so they can be completely rehabilitated into society.
Okay, so
What does that look like? What does it look like? What does the process look like to release a man who's been in jail for 20 years onto society and him actually flourish as a citizen, as if he didn't skip a beat from being locked up? How was
have
that
you
even
ever been
possible?
have you ever been a felon? Huh, Bruiser?
I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth. I've been a felon since you on tuck tail now. And when the
Pause.
phone company took me, you tuck and tail. So
Pause.
I thought we was men up here. We'd speak our truth. So
I'm just
let me
saying, like,
speak. Wait, I
can you
can't
answer
speak for
that question?
you. You light skin. I'm gonna speak mine. You understand?